No, I don't use voice comms anymore. Like, it wasn't too bad. Is this actually red or is that an imposter? It wasn't too bad at first, but lately it's gotten more and more kids own the game. It's gotten worse and worse. I can't. Not live on stream. You know what I'm saying? These lobbies seem kind of... Oh, is that a bad guy? These lobbies seem kind of trash today. Maybe we do get a chance to... These guys are bots. And we get a chance at a V2 today. You know how nice that would be? I did see they put hardcore ship hosts in, right? 24/7 ship hosts hardcore. I guess that'd be good for people who grind skins and like weapon attachments and I guess going for atomic and stuff. I don't do that though. Like, I don't really care to do that. And I feel like if I'm trying to go for a V2 rocket, which is literally my ultimate goal, I feel like I'm going to die to many friendly grenades. I don't mind this core gameplay because this STG I've been using, it do be shredding. As long as that riot shield shotgun guy doesn't run right up on me. Like, we're fine. I just don't like grinding for skins. I don't hate it. I just don't want to do it. I've played this game way too long to want to grind for skins. Actually, to be honest, out of all the years I've played this game, I don't think I've ever grinded for skins. I'm pretty sure even when I was younger playing this game, I still never went for skins or prestiges. I just play the game. Does that make me a loser? I need to go back to my TK gameplay too, now that I think about it. I was editing some of my footage last night. Throwing knife is so much fun. It's just the grenade has a chance to get doubles. This game isn't too bad. Snapshot error is kind of a pain. A couple bugs that be ironed out. In my opinion, compared to MW, pretty sure MW when it launched was way worse. The first night of launch was 8 hours late. Every update they ever uploaded caused server problems and game breaking problems. You know, I love MW. Probably my favorite COD in the last forever years. It had a lot of problems on launch. This game hasn't been too bad. The atomic skin bug, that was kind of lame, but I think they since fixed that. Hopefully season 1 will iron out. A couple maps need spawns fixed. I know that for sure. I think they'll iron all that out though. I hope. Hey, season 1 update comes out and it has like a game breaking server problem. We're gonna go back to the good old MW days. Every season breaks the game. I hope that's not the case. Please don't let that be the case. Please let the seasons come out smoothly. I believe in you. It's Sledgehammer, right? I believe in you guys. Oh, a dev error. Oh my gosh, the dev error in MW. That was the killer for Infected. When dev error came to, what was it, like season 4, season 5 in MW, absolutely destroyed the game. I think that literally killed the game for me, especially in Infected. All the lobbies went just absolutely empty. It was unplayable for a long time. That's what killed my YouTube uploads. Did you see last night they were talking about the anti-cheat is coming, but it's for PC, right? Didn't I read that right? It's PC only? Because they're trying to stop blatant. I understand. I mean, they're trying to stop blatant hackers. You're not going to stop the Coronas, whatever, blah, blah, blah. To launch Warzone or to launch COD on a PC, you have to launch the, what is it, Ricochet, whatever it is. But that's to stop like your just crazy, blatant, just insanely blatant hackers. You know, the guys who are just sitting middle spin button. I guess you're not going to stop the controller like Corona Z. I mean, you could easily mod consoles and get cheats on them as well, but PCs are way easier. I guess I get it. If it just get the anti-cheat in there to slow down some hackers, please and thank you. The really annoying people are people who that get away with it though. Like people use walls and get away with it forever. You know, some of your top players who've just been using walls and maybe a few other little things, but not like blatantly hacking and just get away with it and say they're good. Those are probably the more annoying players, but what are you gonna do about it? Every game's got Cheetos. Every game's got hackers. Not much you can do, right? I have yet to see a blatant hacker myself, and I've played what, 3 days? I mean, don't look at my stats. I'm trash. How many games I've played? 844 games, 3 days, 20 hours. Like, not a ton, but I've played a fair amount. I've yet to see a blatant, like, crazy spin bot hacker. I've had people in my chat say they've seen them. I haven't, though. Go for it. Whatever. I've never used hacks. Not once ever in my life. Most hacker I've ever done is Skyrim mods. So I'm down. It still comes in season 1 though, right? We gotta wait for season 1. Hopefully season 1 will be a good update. The most bullshit fucking thing I've heard in a while. What are you talking about? You good? They want cheaters in their game. They want cheaters in the game? No, they don't. No game wants cheaters. I'll tell you that. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I think cheaters are an infestation and it's really, really hard to stop. It's a lot easier said than done. I mean, of course, you know, the Warzone thing about they make all this money, why don't they have an anti-cheat, blah, blah, blah. I get it, but it's not that easy. You can't just snap a finger and put an anti-cheat in. It takes a lot more work than that. I mean, I kind of understand. They should have done it way earlier. The whole, they want cheaters in their game because they don't want to like ruin server pop or something like that. That's the dumbest. That makes no sense. Literally makes no sense. I don't think you put an anti-cheat on a console like you do on a PC, right? Before I streamed COD, I streamed Rust and we had easy anti-cheat. So does a lot of other games, right? And you like PC, you click the game, and then easy anti-cheat loads up, and then your game loads up. That's how it works. I don't know how that would work on console. I feel like the download sides would be too crazy. This lobby's scuffed. I love this game. I love Vanguard. I think it has great potential. I think some people say it's been like the worst selling COD in a while. I think I'm gonna blame Cold War on that. I think Cold War had everybody like, especially in my community, I've heard so many times, I'm not buying another Call of Duty after Cold War. I think after everybody sees this game is good, people will, you know, will come over, especially after Christmas. You played MW? You're still playing MW? Holy hell, man. I haven't even loaded up MW in weeks. I've only been playing Vanguard and a little bit of CW because CW got infected on Halloween. We played that for a few weeks. I played too many hours of MW. I'm over it. I want this game to be good. I don't want to go back. You know what I'm saying? I got way too many stream snipers. Way too much trash. 200 plus ping. Wait, relaxing, where do you live? Why do you have 200 ping? Hey, East, why do you have 300 ping right now? Are you on Wi-Fi, my guy? How in the world is your ping so high? Yeah, he's still 355 ping. It's only getting worse. How is your ping getting higher, my guy? I don't know. This game is so is bad on console. I've never, if you're on Wi-Fi, that's your issue. Okay, I've never seen any of the boys I'm queued up with have that issue. It's 246. It's still going up. You've got to be on Wi-Fi or something, right? Yeah, you're on Wi-Fi. There's your issue right there. Don't play on Wi-Fi. One of the worst mistakes you can do in gaming is playing on Wi-Fi. I mean, if you have to, you have to. Don't get me wrong. But if you have a chance to put an Ethernet cable in, it'll change your life as far as connection is concerned. And ping and latency. I'm so broke I have to. Well, if you have to, you have to. Is what it is. I understand. I mean, Ethernet cables aren't expensive, my guy. You can get your hands on an Ethernet cable. That's the way to go, especially in like FPS shooters. Like if you're playing Minecraft, whatever. Grind the Wi-Fi, go for it. But if you're like trying to play a shooter game, you gotta get off. You gotta find a way. All right, I'm on Wi-Fi. I run perfect. Well, you'll run better. Even if you think you run perfect, you would run better on Ethernet. Okay, remember that. If you think you run good on Wi-Fi, you will run better on Ethernet. It is literally impossible to have a worse connection on Ethernet cable unless you're, as long as you have a good Ethernet cable. I read the cord, it gets 40 down, and 50 up, 30 up. I have an Ethernet cord, and I get 490 down. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, console gamers, I've had some console gamers tell me that it's better to be on Wi-Fi because their console says it's better to be on Wi-Fi. It's not. It's not. If you can get an Ethernet cord plugged in, get it. Okay, trust. Even when I was young, even when I was, you know, 10 years ago, my first 360 back when we used to do Halo and all that, I bought, even when I was a kid, I bought a 50-foot Ethernet cable just so I didn't have to play on the Wi-Fi. Now, that being said, we kind of had to because back then, routers and modems were trash. Ethernet was kind of the only way, but like, I got a 50-foot Ethernet cable. We would tell mom and dad, and be like, hey, I'm gaming for the next few hours. I'll unplug it when I'm done. You know what I'm saying? You cannot game on Wi-Fi. I mean, you can if you have to, but if you could find a way, at least when you're like hardcore gaming, to get that Ethernet cable plugged in, it'll change your life. And people who think that Wi-Fi is better for console, which I hope not a lot of people think that, you got a few, you know, screws loose in the head. All right. A year ago, I had this conversation. Some kid was like, no, when I do the test, it's better on Wi-Fi. Bruh, that's impossible unless you just have the most scuffed cable of your life. You know what I'm saying? Literally impossible. Now, I guess I'm a bougie gamer. I've been on PC Ethernet, you know. Even when I had a console, I was console Ethernet literally the last 10 years. I would refuse to play any other way. You know, just a word of the wise. If you can find a way, just convince the parents. Just be like, hey, for Christmas, I had a 50-foot Ethernet cable. When I'm like hardcore gaming, can I please just plug this in until I'm done? I'll unplug it. That's what I used to do. I think specifically though, we had our Ethernet cables to do LAN tourneys at the house. We bring a bunch of Xbox over and do a LAN tourney. 100-foot cable, you know, a decent cable, that's like 20 bucks, right? That ain't too bad. If you're serious about gaming, I guess. Probably more than 20. A decent 50-foot Ethernet cable, somebody Amazon it right now. 50-foot Ethernet cable, that's not trash on Prime. How much does it cost? I bet it's no more than 30. There's no way. Free at some local shops. Oh yeah, Kroll, one of my mods is an IT guy, cybersecurity and just IT. He said free. At some local shops, guarantee you walk in their IT department will drop on your lap, bro. And he's not capping. I have so many cables from. I got a whole bag of cables from my mom, who is a photographer, but because she works in a hospital and does some of the IT stuff and has to like set up these little LAN like areas. Don't quote me on any of that. I don't know exactly what she does. She gave me like a whole box of Ethernet cables. Right, it ain't that hard. $7 at Best Buy. You're $7 for a 50-foot cable. Now the question is, will your parents let you get away with it? If my younger console generation, you know, just be like, mom, dad, my Wi-Fi is You know the compelling argument? Tell them that if you use Ethernet, it'll free up some of their Wi-Fi for their phones. Hey, big brain. I don't know if that's actually, that should be right. $5.97 at Walmart for a normal one? Exactly. Now, if it's that big of a deal, get a 100-foot cable. Just don't game on Wi-Fi. I don't know who told me this. I swear we had the same argument last year. I swear. And somebody was like, nah, when I plug in my my Ethernet cable to my Xbox or my PlayStation, I do the speed test, it's better on Wi-Fi than it is Ethernet cable. That is impossible, right? That's not possible. Literally not possible. If you are a console gamer, do not game on Wi-Fi if you can help it. If you have to, you have to. The real ones, you know, if you got to grind on Wi-Fi, go for it. But if you could get away with finding a way to plug a console in, at least while you're like hardcore gaming, get an Ethernet cable for Christmas. That should be #1 on your list. That's right. What the argument about it'll help out your Wi-Fi in the house? That's right. Wi-Fi is limited bandwidth, less device, more bandwidth. Exactly. Right? So just tell your parents, you know, if you give me an Ethernet cable for Christmas, the Wi-Fi will be stronger on your phones because you'll be hardlined. You'll take away that limited Wi-Fi bandwidth. That should be right. Yeah? Easy argument. All right? I got you. Is it affecting the game now? No, not yet. Not yet. We're thinking season 1. We're thinking season 1. We got a couple leaks. I got a YouTube video coming out tomorrow with a couple screenshots and some leaks and stuff. Shout out to my boy Hutch of Infected, hopefully coming season 1, which sounds right because that's how MW did it as well. Or just don't be a console gamer. There you go. You know.